Hello there, this is Jennifer McCreath. Unfortunately, the video conked out. Luckily, I was able to audio record the duration of the speech. So in the comfort of my own living room here, what I'm going to do is focus the camera on a picture of me and roll the audio tape, so at the very least you'll be able to hear the duration of what I had to say, even if you aren't able to actually see me as I was saying it. So let's have a seat here. We're going to focus in on this picture of me at the beach from last year, and let's press play here and see what we can do. It's actually a fairly long speech, so there's going to be a part 2 and a part 3. Bear with me here for a second, I'm sorry. Here goes. Alright, so CAMH, I recently went and spoke with other entities that provide care and in Canada, and a lot of them, they don't want to speak out against CAMH. They want to have a role in providing care for transsexuals and making recommendations. One on the condition of anonymity basically came to me and said, Jennifer, basically we feel that provincial governments need to fund sex reassignment surgery for trans people, and it's got to be decentralized. You can't be sending people just to Toronto and just to CAMH. Professionals across Canada can deliver these. The protocols are pretty easy to deliver. You don't need to have any type of additional criteria or credentials to do this. And most importantly, they told me that the trans community members need to have an active role in working with healthcare professionals and government policymakers in reviewing and revising, and coming up with better mechanisms that work. Spoke with Lynn Conway, a trans woman activist and a professor at University of Michigan. She said, Jennifer, I thank you for your efforts to expose the terrible situation that goes on at CAMH. I'll get into a little more of exactly what they do. And she explained to me that it's widely known that their methods are out of date and inappropriate, but again, people are afraid to speak out against them for fear of repercussions. She advised me to look at a website by another trans advocate named Andrea James, who is founder and president of Deep Stealth Productions, an American company in California that offers products and services for trans people. And she's got websites out there and Facebook sites where there's literally hundreds of testimonials of trans people that have gone to CAMH's clinic, the horror stories of the type of treatment they received, and most importantly the rejections that they've got there. CAMH, well, it's widely known that homosexuality was delisted from the DSM Diagnostic Statistics Manual. 1972, being homosexual is no longer a mental illness. Well, guess what? If you're a trans person and you're homosexual, according to CAMH, you are mentally ill. You're not even a trans person, Jennifer, you're just mentally ill. They have a classification scheme that the term they've used is paraphilic fetishist. Paraphilia is a term they invented in the 30s to describe sex criminals such as rapists and child molesters. And essentially they view me as a mentally ill man who has a paraphilic fetish who requires reparative therapy treatments, and that they would not recommend surgery for me if I were in fact to go there. It's widely known that CAMH rejects 90% of trans people that go through their assessment process. It's also commonly known that only 30% of trans women identify as heterosexual. It's not a 90-10 balance as it is with the cis world. It's more of a 33, 33, 33, gay, straight, or bi, other, etc. Wait, there's more. CAMH has members on the committee. The American Psychiatric Association is reviewing the DSM. There's actually a new draft out, version 5, and they've put CAMH people on the gender identity committee, and they're inventing even more new mental illnesses. My favorite being one where cis people who are sexually attracted to trans people will be labeled mentally ill. So if any of you happen to find me attractive, guess what, folks, you're mentally ill. Yeah, so I think it's not just trans people that need to be afraid and worried about CAMH, it's now everyone. Okay, I'm going to try to skip through some of this here. Oh, here's a good one. Another one example of their methodology. They invented and used something called phallometry. Basically, this is an electronic device that is hooked up to somebody's penis to measure the flow of blood. basically for people who claim, they don't believe, a lot of trans people who are lesbian like myself will pretend that they're straight so they can get the recommendation. If they suspect you're lying, they want to put you through this test, so they'll hook up some sort of electrical thing to your penis and ask you to watch videotapes of sexual acts, gay sex, straight sex, sex crimes, rapes, bestialities, and if you happen to get blood flowing through the penis, if you get erect during any of this stuff, that, aha, told you. Nope, you're not getting your surgery. Sorry, folks. There's people online that have reported having experienced this at CAMH, and my doctor said, you know, Jennifer, I could send you to CAMH, but I think you know as well as I do, it's probably not a good thing to go there.